All right, welcome back to Getting Started with OpenAI Codex. This is video number 3 that we're made so far. So far, we've got you all squared away on how to download this, how to activate it, how much it costs, how to connect it to a project, how to connect it to GitHub. At least I think we're going to verify that, and let's take it from here. So right now, I'm curious if this thing is actually connected to the services that I need, and we're actually right on a really good next item in the to-do list, which is I was kind of redoing how GitHub and my coding tools are making branches, and basically what that means is how we're managing changes to software that I'm building. So I know that I wanted to do a Model A. So let's see, do Model A. And actually, I'm not gonna make you guys sit here and watch me type this. So give me a second, and I'll be pausing and unpausing just to make your video faster. All right, so I'm gonna kind of hit a few birds with one stone here. Hopefully, I'm curious if it can connect to GitHub at all because there was kind of a weird stutter when I was setting that up. And then Railway is where I'm actually kind of hosting the back end for this right now. So I'm curious if it can connect to Railway. It should be able to connect. It's installed locally on my machine here. And then if it could do both of those things, it can go ahead and build out Model A. So let's fire it up, see what happens. All right, so update as it's kind of punching through this stuff. It did try to connect to GitHub and Railway, and it can't connect to either one of them. So, like I thought, it's going to need some additional kind of authentication work done here. So, give me just a minute, and we'll see where we can get that started. Okay, so this is basically telling me what I just figured out. I'm going to go ahead and type in another prompt. I'm going to tell it to go ahead and connect to um, GitHub first, and we'll see what it can manage. All right, so I've said go ahead and authenticate to GitHub or give me step-by-step instructions to help you do that, which is one of my favorite things to do. So if it says I can't do it, then it will tell me exactly how in the easiest way possible. So give me just a minute. Let me read this here. All right, so it's asked me to open a login for GitHub, and it says it's probably going to pop up in my browser. Let's see if that actually happens. Right, so this has been sitting here thinking for just about 2 minutes now, which is really weird. It shouldn't be thinking this long. So I'm just going to hit stop and say, are you still there? And yep, I'm here. Okay, and there we go. So now it will kind of self-diagnose itself. Let me see what's going on here. All right, it wants me to run this in PowerShell. I do know how to do that, but I don't typically run commands myself when I'm working with these no-code tools. So I would say you can run it, and then it should, if it's something like Cloud Code, just go ahead and start it itself. Um, this is the same thing it asked me before, and I didn't get any results. So we'll try it again. All right, again, another minute 30. This is just not working. So I'm gonna stop it again and say that didn't work again, and see what they say. All right, gonna be honest, OpenAI can't even authenticate GitHub automatically. Not a great start, guys. So for anybody who doesn't know how to use PowerShell, basically just go in your Windows search bar, type in PowerShell, and click it, and it will open up something that looks just like this. And give me a second. Let me copy the command it's asking me to run into here, and let me see if I can run that locally. All right. So this was the first command it wanted, which puts me in the directory of the project. Then this was the command it wanted to run. Authenticate, yes. I know that this looks really, technical. And for most people who don't write any software, this may be a little intimidating. I promise you, this is really not. It's not that intimidating. I think that this though process might be popping up some some like tokens specific to my account. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause it here so I don't have to black out any of the screen and finish this authentication workflow. I'll let you know if anything weird happens during it. All right, so that's opened up this window. I pasted in that kind of two-factor code, and it's asking me to authorize um, again, which if you remember, I've already done this. So see, I had to expand that, and now I can do that. Okay, give me a second. Let me log in. All right, it says, congratulations, we are now connected. Let me close this window. Close my, looks like I need to go back and just verify that worked. Hey, says I'm logged in. Actually don't know what that last code is supposed to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and say done. All right, so I guess it's rechecking now. Let me pause. Okay, still not fixed completely, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let it run. I'll approve it to try to log in. It's getting to be a long video, and all we're doing is trying to get GitHub activated. You pause it here. All right, good news. Whatever we did worked. With that, I'm going to go ahead and give it some permission here. It is now checking Railway. I think Railway has a connection to GitHub, so if GitHub's authenticated, Railway should be authenticated. At least it is authenticated here, and it wasn't when we first started, so I'm assuming that's what happened. Let me see what it spits out here. All right, so good news, everything's connected and we're kind of cracking away. I guess I had a deployment failure from my last work that Cloud Code was working on, which makes sense because I literally ran out of tokens right as it was trying to deploy, which is just another reason why I'm setting this up so that I have another option. So I think this is going to go ahead and wrap up, and I'm going to call this complete. This video has been interesting, not exactly as smooth as I would hope, but we have successfully got my kind of development stuff all authenticated, and we're writing code and we're pushing code, so it is technically working. That was fun. I hope you had fun with this. I certainly had a few surprises, and we'll cut the video here. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video where we start kind of building out some options with this. See how good it is.